doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Happy People TV Orlando Pirates fan channel. This is your Bucs Chat live show where we talk all things Buccaneers. Today I am joined by Mr. Coach, Mr. Mtatos, and Mr. Mafelong for this show. We are going to have a couple of topics. Would you rather? Hore Nabi Netbank Capo so that we leave the 3 points before the game. That's the final. And give them the 3 points, which will have Nabi is a person who likes to sell things, because now he'll also be handing Sundowns 3 points at that juncture. And then we're going to talk about the semi-finals that are coming up in the CAF Champions League against Pyramids FC that just lost now. So it looks like they are watching us and they are looking to put a good account of themselves. Go FNP Stadium, every time you go somewhere, you just need to give that first impression in Yana, And then we are going to be talking about other things. Our ring is Bucs Chat Live, guys. We just talk all things Bucs. So I'm just going to give the floor to Mr. Coach, Mr. Mafelong, and Mr. Tato, just to talk about how they are feeling today and talk about how they are feeling as Buccaneer supporters. Machita, Dinsang, Kada, Bafetu.
I will have a fee what's about fair to, like I said, in the preview, year to year, as a Buccaneer in general, always happy to talk about you, always happy in general. Walk out on the street, greeting all the neighbors with a smile. Local grocery store, just a big smile. It's having a fella, especially.
Yeah.
Aye, number one. Especially to Pyramids on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yo, Mfethu. Can't help but be excited. So yeah.
Oh, you're looking forward rather than being anxious about the semi-final.
Yeah.
It's been a while, bro. People don't understand. Maybe they're seeing us happy. But it's been a while since we've even dreamt of getting to a semi-final or a final. Now, if you watch the preview, guys, just check it out somewhere on the channel. You'll see Mr. Mafelong, Ninsangda.
Hi, all of fair to it's your one and only 2.0, Mr. Mafelong. I mean, I'm still in my depression phase. You guys know why I'm still hurt. That one I was still not okay. It's gonna take some time. I'm just holding on because I just can't wait to say congratulations to Buccaneers for winning the CAF. I'm looking forward to.
Congratulations for the second start.
Oh my goodness! How to say it? Congratulations!
Congratulations!
So sorry about that. Just that. Besides that, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to the victory. I'm looking forward to the reaction. I'm just looking forward to. Yeah, man. I'm just ending off the season with one more trophy, and not it being just a trophy, but the CAF.
The trophy.
The trophy.
Mr. Mtatos, Mr. Major, what's happening, bruv?
I'm happy. As a young fan, I've never experienced so much joy from the Orlando Pirates community. People are booking tickets to Devon. They are telling me about Pyramid Saturday. I'm like, yes, we have a jam-packed schedule as Buccaneers fans, and I've never seen us so happy. The happy people has never been more happy than they are now, no doubt.
And the word native, I'm actually putting myself in the shoes of let's say I'm a Buccaneers fan, but then I'm also working co-hotel in Devon. I'm moving. I'm saying, okay, we're gonna get business and we're going to win a trophy. Izan Mapaganea, was that Mapaganea?
Definitely. Mr. Mafelong gave us a spoiler.
Yeah.
For the Halloween camp. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Why
It's
to
not
barking
some
bafethu
things
ne?
are not black and white. You're obvious.
Why to
Now,
barking
but we
bafethu
are here
gore
now.
Yeah.
o mong ha e bona le motho o mong o ikemiseditseng ka Champions League this season. They must do something now. Okay.
They must bribe that man and start talking to that ref now.
Yeah, man.
Do not let me get to the final, Chief. Don't
Eish.
let me get to the final.
And
You don't want that.
Over.
So my friends, let me ask you guys something. Se re tlwaetse taba e ya hore Mzansi, there's only two big clubs. So when it comes to these two big clubs, there's one that's more likely to win the league, and then there's the one that's more likely that if it meets the other one in a final of a cup competition, it beats it. But now Unabi, he had bought the refs and put a spanner in the works. In that narrative, you would see finally these are the two teams. So now that it's Kaizer Chiefs, does anything change, or does it just go from a question mark to a tick? Yeah, budget.
Tough
I-
one.
for Numpit, you know what? We're gonna be a contest of what's of Sundowns. So I was confident Sundowns. Don't let me get into a final in the first place. But effectively, coach Chiefs, I don't even have to start my strongest 11.
Exactly. Exactly.
So wait.
I don't guarantee.
So Nirbato Lala, some sort of would you rather or kappa choose one like we did in one of the other Bucks lives. So as it stands, we're gonna play against Chiefs on the 3rd of May in the league, right? The very next weekend is when you play the final. So obviously, when you have two games like that so close to each other, it means maybe you have to rest players in one and say, even if you lose in that one, we are more focused on the other one. So would you rather yona ena? I'll start with Mr. Wafellong. In this would you rather, ne? If I say no, you can't win them both in play. So this is real life in real time. Would you give them the 3 points for the net bank? I know it sounds kind of like a stupid question, but would you give them that 3 points for the net bank? Or would you say, no, let me bet with my own money, let me bet with my own odds? Oh, me, I'll take 3 points, I'll even take the net bank. But then when you take that 3 points, it means you might have to play your strongest team, Angas. Mr. Mafelong, we bona bayang riding your robatala week after week.
It's not scaring me at all. Not at all. I'm not really phased by who are they gonna come with. I think I have not only a strong 11, but even on my bench, I'm strong. So they need to make sure that their first selection to the game
Including
can
the
manage
ref.
what I. I don't like with Pagani. We've come to show that we don't have a strong 11.
Yeah.
Every player that gets a chance to get into the game proves themselves to say they are good enough to be part of the first strong 11. I mean, the past couple of games, if you can just look back, there's players where we were like, hey, this person.
Away. Hey, my chance. Let me just make sure that everybody is hearing us. My software on my side is not picking you guys up from the messenger call, but I'm hearing you guys. So I just want to just take a small moment for everybody to hear us. I don't know if anybody can actually check for us if everybody's hearing us, but the fact that this thing is not hearing y'all is the thing that is actually away. Checka. Lilo nada abafethu lirjwethu okay.
Hayi yonke into right mfethu.
Yonke into right.
Yakujuice. Yakujuta lento leyo.
Yangijuta hayi ukuthi uchecka sengiyilungisile.
yazi
Uchecka sengiyilungisile le ndaba. Awu.
Hayi lutho mfethu.
Ninganginyazi bafethu.
yazi bafethu mina yazi ngifuna ukuthini na.
Yeah.
Like right now at the point and how I'm feeling right now about our team. At Buccaneers, to put it out there.
You
Which I honestly I don't want to say this. Nah, I know a lot of Buccaneers might just kill me for this. I don't really care about the league anymore. I don't care about the Nedbank. I just want the CAF.
That's strong.
I want the second star, bro.
So you're saying even Nedbank because of the circumstance? It's
I win it twice. I win the MTN twice, and you must have a different. Okay, fair. I would love to win the league, but I'm not as big as the CAF.
Not as big as the CAF. There's no star for the league in Fethu. It's just us that have been following it week in, week out. Wait, Mr. Tadu, I want to ask you one question, and then my question is like this. It goes like this. So you said you're a young Buccaneer, you haven't seen us this happy. Do you agree with Mr. Mafilung that yazini? CAF, I've seen it before. I've seen the spy twos. I've seen the benefits. It's time for CAF now. I want to see if in 1995 it was a fluke or maybe we bought refs or whatever. How do you feel about that?
I don't think there's anything more important than the star right now. Now that because we are the last 4
No, I mean, obviously that makes sense that you want to see it for yourself. So you're saying, "Hi, Nedbank, please relax." Thing is, the only thing is that you'd be sacrificing it to Kaizer Chiefs of all teams. And for not growing up, it's Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, yeah, they can win a game or two, but once they beat us, it's a lot of noise that I have to keep quiet. Wangtol. Why not? So you're already seeing that example. You would say, hey, you can't trust these people to win a game and keep quiet. And the basansan by Luanela.
For they must deliver it for Bafetu and finally Bafetu the Chiefs. So like I'm saying, ki formality maybe in Turkey league. Yeah, that's in contention. Marnet Bank in the back pocket. And before I go to Champions League, ko le king matchance ke sa sho ke re Sundowns ke shebile they won.
Suarez just needs to make one more wrong pass.
I won Suarez.
Draw. That's draw. It's over.
Yeah,
I felt it would be 3 points ahead of us, but just one mistake.
Ba ho lefa disclaimer ba faith ke ntse ke paise hanyane. So my earphones, when they disconnect, I can't hear y'all, and then OBS can't hear y'all because it's expecting to hear me or y'all from where I'm hearing. But hey, leave your head alone, Mr. Coach. Stop shaking that head. Leave your head alone. So there's some things that they might have heard, might not have heard. Don't be afraid to repeat yourself. If you see me asking a question that I've asked before, don't be afraid. The first time, and we are doing this for them, Bafetu. But I think everything is sorted now. As long as I don't animate myself too much and keep my right arm still, then I think everybody will hear us properly. So I've seen the issue. It's just if I play with my earphones too much. But yeah, Mr. Coach and Mr. Tato, you've seen these other trophies and you are not surprised by them. You just want to experience this stuff for yourself. Mr. Coach, were you even born in 1995? You should also say
Don't do that, man.
You know how happy I am to be young, bro. What you talking about?
Coach, now let me tell you, now I was only 3 years old, 95. I believe about
but yes, yeah.
But
no, we know the history. We know the history, play by play, Mara.
I remember, you know, there's small glimpses there. There's small glimpses of when you're still young and you're seeing old people celebrate, but you don't understand why they're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's those smaller moments, but I don't know what it was really for. I hope they can come back and tell me, if it act like it was that time when we were winning the star the first time.
Because
No,
we also
it's
have to
perfect
tell
in
our
it's coming
own
now.
children, hey,
Exactly.
this
Sure.
2025, don't just look at it like that. It's coming from a
Afethu,
1995.
It's 8 years later. It's perfect.
Let's be honest about everything, but this winning this star is actually going to be something that's going to be I don't know, it's going to be a topic for us to actually be so boastful about. You know, when old people speak about your Pepe, your Maratonas, and they're like, hey, that guy used to do that. We are going to be able to say that about our own Relemufu Kings, our own Mkotas, our own TLBs. You know, we're going to be able to say, these people were formed by this coach Jose, and this is how they wanted. So I think for us, it'll be on our lips, and we'll have the right information to then give off to the next generation to say, hey, we were there, we saw it. You know, and I think,
Dad, what's a Spanish guitar? Well, it's very complicated, son.
The year is 2025.
Okay, I want to play guitar, but it's not Spanish. It doesn't have to be, son. Everybody's Okay, so Bafetu, you're saying that, okay, one thing I want to know, ne? We were having a Big Three podcast there where we have a Amakosi fan, and so he kind of broke down what actually happened in the game against Sundowns and how they won and so on and so forth. So Nakabaza coach ke tactician jwang Katoso sa khonong ho ja Chiefs, and then he even went back on his word as he was like, I don't even na shiny sa ke fella as a tactician. So with that said, I want to know, I want to say to you guys, and Honalento Cardoso asayetsing. But when we look at the Nabi side, because we have two clear fixtures against him, and we have to keep in account that he did beat Sundowns. So is there anything to be afraid of? Because the Kosi fan was saying, they do attack well as Amakosi. bashota fela ka goalkeeper mhlawumbe yangithola. So do you
Let's
guys
strike.
do you guys I can reveal the striker somebody to put the ball at the back of the net. So tactically, do you guys have anything that you are worrying about when it comes to the likes
No.
of Kaizer Chiefs? I know I don't feel good myself even asking this question.
No.
I'm trying
No.
to turn over all
I
the
mean,
rocks.
KP, Fetch, those people look up to us.
Literally.
So how do we then? It's
Literally.
like playing our third squad because they're not even as good as our second squad. So they're looking up to us as to what are we doing right to beat other teams. So technically, they are not yet fit. They may be. Their confidence is getting. They've got a bit of some confidence booster, but it doesn't really mean that they can. They match up to
Trouble
our
us,
standard
yeah.
yet. No, not yet.
Another thing, it's the only problem with Safar, the only threat that they pose is that Soweto Derby, Aina, the Tiki,
Yeah.
Aina, it's
we are
a
better.
game on its own, isolated. It's just who is going to fight
Wanted more.
for that 90 minutes, honestly. And anything that plus the referee, whatever, Chiefs will benefits all the time. But
Yeah, bro.
it's the derby game features one thing where the occasion can be big enough to keep it even, well, to even the playing field. You know what, fella? Another reason why I still think, even with that, we must have complete confidence, Kore. If there's one thing that Jose and his team have proven over the years is that big occasions, you can count on everybody to raise their hands.
Sure.
No one's gonna walk into that game expecting to win. It's never happened. It's not gonna start Canet Bank Cup final. Not when Jose's leaving. So, in fact, like I did say when we spoke about Jose Rafa in the first place, that is an added edge that I think can tip over the scales whenever we need it to. And in the net bank, those guys will refuse to let Jose leave without that cup, bro. So
I also think that we just have better individuals who can decide the game, even if it's not,
I found
even if it's a tactical battle. Tito can do something. Really can do something. We have better individuals on the pitch that can change the game for us. That only need a moment, and I think Chiefs don't have that.
oh yeah, and they won't score.
And they won't score.
Okay, but there's another thing, guys. There's another thing.
Hey,
There's another thing that I think when I think about when I'm thinking about Chiefs is that they're quite good on the breaks, man. They have just 3 good men to make 3 good. I mean, like 1 good decision.
Kill one bird with 3 stones.
3 good men to just make 1 good decision. Is it?
Yeah, because you know, Chiefs. I'm even asking myself, does Cirilo actually play for Chiefs or was it?
And I ask myself that all the time.
Was it Kamabiliot? Who plays for Chiefs? And okay, so these 3 good men, you're saying, Hore, at least if the Chiefs fall in the right way, and if the things go in the right direction, it has to go right for 3 men in order to make 1 good pass, and then they pray for the finish. Yeah, hey, that's tough, dog. That's tough. I know. Also, us we're gonna be fighting such things when we don't have that coach that we can trust without trusting him. What's nice about Jose, rem trust rem criticize. Raymond, why can you mutosa Kenya mutula maraka trust a prayaga?
yeah.
Oh, well done, coach. I didn't see that coming.
I have no idea what the hell you do there, but I trust you. Let's do that. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, and the tears are going to come. I was even explaining to my significant other, I am man. No one emotional roller coaster that is taking us through right now, because it's gonna be like, oh my god, champagne, let's pop the champagne for the joy, and then let's also pop it for the tears, and then let's drink some wine for the joy, and then let's also drink it to drown our sorrows. Hey, man, Kenya roller coasting, understanding. But topic number 2, engwe bafethu. This man, I was talking to Tato this morning, telling him to prepare for this live, and it was tabaya hore. Finally, this now done deal, kapa deal agreed that we agreed. Yeah, Kwayiba. But Mr. Coach, can you just give us the facts before we can put in our opinions?
You know, I suddenly the sources actually left my mind, but I've seen it across a couple of sources online. They're saying basically Hore Chipa United and Pirates have agreed on terms for signature yes, not all Kwayiba. So essentially what this would mean, we'll short of fella who remind Adu on personal terms, and then we know that transfer window. He becomes our player. So yeah, nothing obviously official. It counts. The transfer window is not yet open, but yeah, that's what it is, man. Kwayiba may be looking to come on.
Wait, sorry. You're saying Cheaper and Pirates have agreed, but Pirates and the player haven't agreed.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So as a personal term,
which is great, right?
Deal agreement.
Yeah, I'll show the personal terms.
Cheaper is now saying to Kwayiba, so I hope you are enjoying your last couple of games because
At the end of no, but they also expect him to leave. He is their best player. I think even Thabo September, the coach said, and what we know historically, Pirates le cheaper, Mr. Mpeng is Spanam Nate. We don't struggle for players there. Keep to call for like one. So it's just a matter of the player agreeing with Pirates. And if you look at the landscape, yeah, the teams that he has options right now, for example, let's just call it the big three. Chiefs, Mara, I don't know how they attract big players at this point, but Fade Chiefs, Sundowns, Lerona, it would make sense for him to come through to us, especially in terms of the personal terms. I think we could find an agreement. The only way is if Sundowns come in and hijack the deal. I don't see why they do that. They don't even.
Why would they do that?
Yeah. So
Hannah, as a player, is he's an attacking midfielder? Is he a winger or an attacking midfielder? What I remember is that when we were playing against Cheaper, they had this thing where they were just making sure we're not gonna play through Pirates. Let's just give a long ball to Kwayiba and see what happens. So was that on the wing or was that in the middle?
What Rift Fade? He's the talisman, man. Like number 10, Lugo Bruce, I think. He's earned a cap or two. He came on as a number 10, so he's a number 10. I don't want to lie and say I've seen too much of him. I can't profile him. That's for a different show. But yeah, he's an show. Yeah. I'll have to research.
So just quickly, in the PSL. He scored 6 goals in 19 games. I don't know how he's done in terms of assists, and because we need to chat Akbato Senior to the Paya Gadi super scored 6 at tipping these days. Especially when it comes to these small teams, you might not find all the stats that you want. So I feel it. But actually, I like the fact that I asked that question because he's a drifter. He's one of those new age forwards, asnang position. So with that said, Mr. Tato, when how wanna attack? Or between CAM, right wing, left wing striker, spaces on as a guy, especially with this thought. I know Mufukeng is too good to stay over.
Yeah, Mufukeng is too good.
So when I spacing Kabakai,
I think, unfortunately for Mkota, he has too many moments. He's not taking the position so that it's his own. And now he's a good player, I think, but he's not making the position his own like really like Tito, you know. But I also think he needs to if we're able to if Kwayiba comes in, I think those are the two positions taken to Shebile. Position ya Shenko, the position ya Nkota on the right. So I think when he comes in, those are the positions.
I mean, you 2000 way now, Cocomelon young.
Yeah, I don't know. To be on the right, to interrupt, so on the right hand side, to actually fight for that place, you have to be one of the best in that position.
One of the best ever.
League.
No, Yasin. Thank you for saying that title because sitting space go writing. CC out so over
on the bench.
So that's something. Because honestly, guys, I don't know how many of you guys are actually happy and smiling when you see Hotu on the right when you are resting in Kota. So in terms of space, that's where the space is, actually.
Yeah.
Mr. Mafelu?
No, you're correct. That's I'm not even dejecting it. That's correct.
That's actually where the space
Pato
could
just
be.
said right now, I really second his opinion. It's quite real. The fact that if, for an example, the two positions like you mentioned, Yashenko right now, it's a bit shaky. Mlungkota is doing very well on the right, but he's not owning it. He's not saying this is we've lacked in this position and I've been given a chance on it. Let me hold my two hands and make sure that nobody really just takes it away from me like that, And at this point, if you're looking at the tactical changes that the coach kind of comes up with, most of the time he tries and focuses on the right to say, maybe this time let me put in this player, maybe this time let me put in that player.
I mean, thank you, Mr. Kelo. So sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry, interrupt. I had to sit through Stadium among 2 games of Pandile Shandu starting on the right. So and that is sit through. No matter what, that's a sit through. That's a having to because I have to. Let me watch you. So yeah, please carry on.
No. My statement is done. But I was just saying that that's a shaky position. It's always getting a new person, to fit in to see if that person gels in and can own the position. And Nkota's doing well. He is doing well, but he's not owning it.
That makes a lot of sense because I was about to say, hey, can't disagree, hey, too low in our laws, but is he owning it? Is he not owning it? We can only know later or as time goes because
that's a good confirm.
There's a piece of me that wants to say, instruction ya chose about surprise money and what's about on our computer.
I will actually confirm it for you, bro. On the right hand side, Nkota is the first choice, especially if you think about the fact that he's still in his very first season as a senior player, as a professional. So for me, if you look at the stats, the amount of games he's played, I think we're getting confused by, I think he went about 4 or 5 games where he wasn't starting. We don't know the full story there, but we know those 4 or 5 games where he wasn't starting. But if you actually think context of the season, definitely phela ngebe re la ka saleng every week anes ka Nkota nna ebile se ke tswile ra thanks to Nkota clar ke tswile ra
I not say to how
I mean futhi ngizobuya ngibabe leyo ndaba
yabona le ndaba le yabona ndaba ya ka Saleng Saleng ndaba ya Saleng mfethu ke taba e leng hore I don't think we're going to ever settle proper with it. It's irritating the living hell out of me now. The fact that I love him so much and I really want him to be that senior player to kind of give off an example, especially in Nkota. For Saleng to mentor Nkota would be very beautiful. Having his experience and then working with what Nkota has, it would make things a bit simple for Nkota to figure out.
Yeah.
But we are calm,
by now he has figured it out. For me, by now he has figured out enough without Saling. He's been absent, Grootman, as a player on
What
the
if
pitch.
what if Jose is not there to give him that instruction? Then what?
Look, all I'm saying, dog. Obviously, Nkosha is still very early in his development. He's still developing. I'm not saying that he's fully cooked. I remember Mfokeng why his first season. Well, he was not fully cooked, but
Apekimang.
what do you mean?
Apekimang, who cooked him?
Mfokeng, Jose, and playing time, and Jose. So
I said who, not
what I'm saying is Linkota. I am also realizing that with all his mistakes and all his greatness right now, is that he's still early in his development. So he's still gonna grow into an even better player.
Yes,
I would have liked for Saleng to actually bring him into the squad, by exchange, but it's not happening.
What are we talking about right now? We are talking about Kwayiba filling up the position at the right hand side. Mr. Mafelong atla are kapa Mr. Coach arai naka shapo ka Saling aksaba elang ka sembone ever again on a football field ke shapo Nkota has taken up that position. And Mr. Mafelong lena ona lo agree mo hore ya Nkota has taken it up, and he said that Saling is gone, but I'm saying hore honal nuance in the middle there to say hore sure we can be privileged to say we've got a replacement. But I'm saying that replacement can only last why? Or can only last a short time. Why? Because it's Jose that is allowing the young player to replace the likes of Saling in their first season. So that's why I need to know, yeah, fail, replace it, but I'm not going to give him that kind of flowers to say he's good enough, with the fact that Jose is not going to be there to keep on giving him what he has been giving him in order to fulfill that position. That's my thing. Mr. Tato, when are you going there?
I think coach is right to a certain extent. I think we need to give him Kota some grace a little bit, because when Harare he's not owning the position, we really want now every player that's coming up to be like Rele. I don't think we're gonna find every single player that's gonna be like Rele and take the position and make it their own. So I think I'm letting guy that opportunity in Kota around fit. Look, do what you have been doing this season, and also Saleng Vele.
Okay,
because Kota was there. But now because Jose is leaving, it's a little bit tricky. I don't know if Nkota will have the say, will be as effective as he has been again. So Jose leaving is a big factor. Big factor.
Mr. Mafelong, share, I'm fit.
Yeah.
Rebua ka Buccaneers all day, every day, fit. And Harabua hore yazin. Hore hobele mfokeng a flourish at the same time. Hobel Nkota at flourish at the same time. Hobel TLP at flourish at the same time. After Bono, hey, Repay Costa una, or Costa.
It's Jose.
It's Jose.
It's Jose. It's Jose.
So now,
Jose.
whatever flowers I give any of these cocoa melons is 50% Jose, 50% their talent. So that's why
Honestly
I think it's
speaking-
Habaso when we say
Honestly-
Mang is good enough with Jose leaving. Yes, honestly speaking.
Honestly speaking, Mfetu, if we can look at previous teams, the likes of the one that's leading currently on the log, when they still had a certain coach, Pizzo, for an example, he established a lot of the young players. But as soon as he left, where were those young players? I think we can only name one of them that is still there in the team. And now it comes to show that with the likes of Jose, him having a similar development structure, bringing up these young boys, giving them game time, giving them time to develop, according to the way he's handling them, they end up shining. But it's going to be a bit different when then a different coach comes in that can't handle young players, but wants rather to have a set player on that, or an experienced player on that position. What's going to happen to these younger players is my question.
Rata question ew, ne? And the question ew, I want to talk to Mr. Tato as a young man and give him a couple of examples and then put the ball in his court. Mr. Tato, honale coach emong bambitsa the special one. Jose Mourinho, ising Rivero. Rivero is the Spanish one, not the Spanish one, the special one. Yeah, I'm to Hakashaba career high as soon as he got money. He didn't want to spend it on young players. He wanted to spend it on the guarantee. When saying Chelsea o guarantee the victory, I guarantee the trophy. We're not fighting with him. You were successful at Real Madrid. You got 100 points, most points by any La Liga manager at the time when it happened. Then you went to Man United. They were win the first ever Europa League and whatever. After buying more Pogba, biggest signing, 89 million, 86 million, buying Zlatan Ibrahimovic, what. Antonio Conte, ufikile Chelsea, ke batla mang. There are those coaches that will win the league, and he won the league. And then you get your Arsene Wengers that say, no, wait, hold on. Instead of spending so much money on other players, let's spend money on making sure that we have healthy food for the players. Let's spend money making sure we get the best nutrition specialists, we get the best trainers to train these young players. Because why? If a nutrition specialist can stay for 10 years, until Lucas Adijo, with young players coming in for cheap. So in the long run, it's actually cheaper. So Rona Rabon or Ishdemet, Jose Rivero, if we had this nigga for 20 years in F2, we could just bring in young player after young player after young player after young player. And we can completely understand. I feel as Sundowns, even Motsepe would be saying, what am I spending all this money for? So now, in this conversation, young Kota, I want to say, we've seen young players come to Pirates, go. Yeah. Watch chaser. Kofetsi, he comes, he goes. Where's that thing? Arsateba. Next player in. Hey, Relato Mongwako Congo. Futri, I watch chaser go Congo. I feel him more but and then it doesn't perform. So, if I sound combative, if I sound like it's because Jose unique. So when we talk about the TLPs and the Nkotas, I can't just say, oh no, Nkota's good enough. Saleng, go back home. It's fine. So Harboaka signing Kwayiba in the right hand side. Nakere. We don't even know whether next season we'll be saying, hey, Nkota man, hey, you look good under Jose, but hey, I'm seeing this.
No, you're not doing the things now.
Yeah, not doing the things now. So I don't know how much you've seen of Kwayiba, but you see him Bele as no, this is the best person to compete, yes or no?
I mean, if the club think he is, then we should probably get him. If the club think he's the person so that we're able to compete, then I think we should get him. But the problem is now it becomes, oh my goodness, Jose Utasa stress, yo. You can't think anymore. But all we do is we can't analyze properly now. Jose giving us so much headaches to a point, because what you are saying is right. Yeah, Jose Mourinho, I hear it, and Jose Rivero was the perfect coach for Pirates, because we know we can't, in terms of money, we can't compete with the yellow team there, Kopitur.
He was the perfect coach for Koza. Yeah.
For Koza, sure. He was the perfect coach for Koza. We can't compete with the yellow team. We can't compete with them. Sign are the best players like Rivero. We can't compete with them. In terms of this, I'm
but
Venezuela,
Brazil.
I don't know when was the last time we did that.
Something that's positive.
Yeah.
His exact age. Does anyone know?
Man, Jose, I think it's about 51 or 52.
No, Kwayiba, the boy from Tears.
Kill 2000. I've got him right here.
I'll say Tears kill 2000 for nine.
He's 25. Yeah. So in terms
It's
of
25, yeah.
comparison, yeah. In terms of comparison, yeah, Kokomelo ne young got. I think it's about a 3-year difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe we were saying a 27 plus. Yeah, no. If he's 25, then the club is still in the right headspace in terms of signing and the age group. I mean, what I was foreseeing if Jose had been with the club longer is that next year we would have had plus minus 28 years going down. That's what the age group of Pirates would have been. We would have had a youthful club, a very vibrant club. Sometimes, yes, I think the players that we are working with now would have crossed on to become a bit more experienced. So it would kind of give the club stability. So now going forward, what scares me a lot is getting a coach who doesn't understand the philosophy of where the club is currently and him just changing everything and the current players that are actually standing out for them to lose the opportunity and now we start falling short and forgetting about them. That's what I'm scared about.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to be scared about, and it
We
brings
missed Jose
us.
before he leaves.
It brings us to let me say our final topic, Buffett. And guys, I'm gonna present this topic now, but I don't expect anybody to have a logical answer. It's more of a 2-part question. Yeah? The first question is who do you see in world football, African football right now that you would like to replace Jose because he needs replacing? And then the second part of the question is that if you can't find a name, at least at least find a category between a philosophical manager versus a tactical manager. Jose, by the way, falls under none. He's both.
Yeah.
And that's why he's special. But we can't expect to get a Jose. What we can expect is one of the two. So please, I'm gonna go from Mr. Coach because he just came back. Then I'm gonna go to Mr. Tato, and then we'll end off with Mr. Mafello. Who would you like next? And in those two categories between tactical and philosophical, which one would you prefer?
I should feel to be completely honest. When I look around or look at outside, let me first just answer you, dog. I actually want to look internally. I am honestly getting closer and closer to believing in Carlos Paz to take over himself. Alongside Mandla, sorry. Mandla, figure it out. Not co-coach. That co-coach thing doesn't work, but some sort of head coach assistant partnership with Man. Maybe bring in another assistant, because what I now know that I haven't always known was Jose had initially brought in Paz to replace his former assistant, Sergio Almonero of Aileen. Initially, not later, I think, but he ended up just swaying towards being, I think, a fitness coach, assistant fitness coach, something like that. So he understands the setup. He's been a part of the setup for a while. I think Jose apparently does actually appreciate his tactical acumen, if that's the word. So there might be something there. Obviously, it's not a perfect swap, like for like swap for Jose. Like, but I feel like at least Carlos has kind of been a part of the setup for a while now. He's starting to understand the culture that Jose has built. Number two, I don't want a coach that's gonna make my players stop namela ball or grounding. That for me is non-negotiable.
It's also
So, you need someone-
nonsensical. But you need to
Sure.
be Jose to make it logical. But yeah, carry on.
to make it work. Yeah, so yeah, for me, a shout is really big for Carlos Paz. I mean, Neribua offline a bit about the fact that Rulani is not going to continue go with that after the season's over. In fact, I can see Luyago Club World Cup, which would make him available to come to Pirates early enough.
If we
If
so
it's not,
wish.
I ain't sorry sharp writing. If it's obviously, I'm just not.
He's already failed, so
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, if I wake up tomorrow morning and he's announced, not tomorrow, but if I wake up in June and they tell him that the coach is Rulani, I'm going to back him with everything. I'm going to back whoever's my next coach. But
Sure.
until such time, no thanks, man, bro. I want someone within who's going to keep. I'm not sure if I can trust Mandla to take over completely on his own, but surely he's learned a lot of things from Jose.
There's a difference. I like that answer, Carlos Paz. But Fetu, in the comments, can you please tell us whether you're watching live or after? Would you take a Carlos Paz? And I like that you mentioned that name because the first time someone in the comments on that day that we actually announced or his leave, somebody suggested him. So now that you're bringing him up and providing that context, yeah, Ratan too. But I just want people in the comments, to just suggest one more time whether they or who they would like to replace, and in terms of the categories, to also say who they would like. But when I Mr. Coach, when I answer how you spill your next behavior, not to show lady comment, because it's harder to answer who you would like than the category. So Danko, you've given us a name, and for that I hate you.
Away.
Coach fitness and trends.
And also, by the way, finally,
Yeah.
so one last thing about Carlos Paz, sorry. He's got the plumber CV, bro. He fits the bill.
Okay, that's actually very interesting. I want us to actually do some more of a deep dive on Mr. PAZ because not good nana paskin nana my sweet active. I don't know because
Sure.
I don't know if it's because I like snacks. Marahona my sweet ale that you used to have to press to get one out. I see the pass.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I feel sharp. Thank you for that answer. If you are done, just interject if you're not done. But if you are done, we're gonna
Philosophy there. Yeah, I'm fit
You
to.
had to choose one. You've chosen a name.
Oh, okay, sharp. I'm done.
You've
Yeah.
chosen a name. Danko. Alright, Mr. Tat. You can choose a name. You know who's in the head. Sikebo, Pito, Gibo Maloba. Man, okay, I don't know if he's even in the raffle, but
I could not too much there.
yeah, okay. Kibo Pizzo, Kibo Rulani, people who are sending in their CVs, and then there are those like I don't know, Kimango Super Sport,
Kevin Hunt.
Kevin
Kevin
Hunt,
Hunt.
Hasan
Dens.
Msebetsi, Dens and Msebetsi, so we're not about
Never.
which I wouldn't expect. Which I wouldn't expect to over a little bit by now. Have a little bit whether you take Mr. Tactics, which is kind of like Katoso apparently, even though the Texas are high, I don't know Chiefs. But Mr. Tactics or Mr. Philosophy like Rulani. So yeah, Ogana Wangpa, your answer in your image.
So I think because Jose is the way he is sometimes you can't really explain the things that he does on the pitch or why he does them. So he would, as a coach, he would sway more to a philosophical coach than a tactical coach. So I think I would go for a philosophical coach. Look, it will depend on whether that philosophical coach will be able to get the best out of the players like Jose has,
Wabonsoro favor Arsenal, but carry on. Yeah.
I would choose a philosophical coach because we are on a certain trajectory right now as Buccaneers. So which means we must keep on that lane right now. Keep on that lane the way we are, the way we are moving. So I think for us to completely sway away from that, to the tactical side now, I think it would be to the detriment of the current squad and the players who are currently thriving in this system. So I think we should, we are winning right now. Obviously the CAF is creme de la creme. But we are a good team, we are a very good team.
And yeah.
And Jose did it, I'll say 55% philosophy, 45% tactics. So I think philosophical coach. If we can get the mix here, Jose, which I don't think we will, but
it doesn't exist, yeah.
Philosophical, I think.
I've got so much to say on that, but I love that opinion. Mr. Mafelo.
I'm thinking for me, this is personally for me. Joe, I've looked at one coach. There's a team I love watching. You guys, I'm sure you guys know who I'm gonna say.
He's not available, bro.
He's not. He's not.
Are you talking about Steve Barker, bro?
Yo, man,
Yeah.
Can't do an option.
Oh wait, I'll take him phone whether he's available or not. Wait, are you available? But subscriber not available.
KB, do the thing. KB, do the thing.
Let's not conclude, Mfetu. I think for me, right now in the current squad that we have, Steve Barker would. I think because of his previous teams that he's had, looking from Highlands Park, he didn't really have much material to use. But look at the likes of Shaluli and where they are now. He went into Stellenbosch. Look at half the players that have been scattered.
They're in the semi-final of the Confed Cup.
You know, he's doing exceptionally well. He does exceptionally well with young boys. Right now, Pirates doesn't need Pirates needs a coach that's going to come in and have a father figure. As to where Jose left or is leaving these boys at, because right now all their hopes and their hearts are with Jose, and they're working extra hard for him. It's like so for me, I would go for Steve Barker. I think he would fit very well. I think he would pick up very well, and I think he would finally start winning the accolades that he should and he deserves, because he would have the squad that he needs. And I think that would, for me, it would. We how sure are we, and at what percentage are we sitting at to say he's not available? 100%.
If you were Stellenbosch, bro, is there a number in the world that they could pay you for you to let go of Steve Barker? Let's just be honest.
If they can sell Arams, if they can sell Renas, if they can sell Van Ryan, sure they can sell Steve Barker.
No, that whole system of being able to sell Adams and still compete only works because Steve Barker's there. Well, not only, but he's a huge part of why that works. So, I'm pretty sure if he came to Mr. Rupert and said, he would say, okay, how much?
Whoever hires
how much
Steve
for
Barker.
you? No,
Yeah,
as in
the same way, but Adams, Reynolds, Batman.
If I'm Johan Rupert and Steve walks into my office and says, Boss Mfetu, great opportunity, I would like to go. My immediate response is, how much do you want? You know what? Don't even tell me. Here's the check.
Hold on, my face.
Here's a check.
Talking about checks, ne? Bona. When if if you take that simulation, and guys, by the way, we've run out of time, so that you know. But let's see,
Really?
God, if I'm in that position, or not, I'm in the Buccaneer position, and I know that one day Jose will return. Okay, so that's a young man.
Oh,
Young
Young
man.
I like that.
One day he's gonna come back home and phethe Ronaldinho leno khonno khutla Brazil.
I love that. Yo, I love that.
So what I'm trying to say is that Steve Barker can come for the time being. Rehiro Omongo to failing later after another 5 years. Steve Barker shape 5 years. Omongo shape 5
I also love
years.
Steve Barker.
Maybe
yo.
10 years. Maybe how Jose it's been 10 years. Come on.
Yeah, Jose, come back, bro.
Oh, Jose come back.
Jose,
I'm
come
so
back,
really
bro. Come on, now.
If it's net banking sansanile, how prayaga.
Hey man, but I'm down for Steve Barker, bro. If Steve Barker can come, I'll fade it
I
out.
like
Yo,
him
kill
too,
Jose leaving.
I think we all agree there. I don't think it's debatable. Steve Barker,
Sure.
I
Yeah,
can
he's a very
sign
good coach.
his pre-contract today.
Mr. Steve
Yeah, he's a very good coach.
Like,
Now
Any day.
we announced him today for end of the season.
Press conference, emergency stream.
but man, I think you guys can't wait for this too. Because man. Hey,
Can we all just do this?
Problem ki, hey, Utori, how coach Rupert, how much? How much? I'm sure Steve Barker would want to come to Paris.
I think he's coming.
I'm sure Steve Barker would want to come to Paris.
I think he's
How
coming.
much? The problem is how much.
When I come to when I got to because Dr. Kosa, Dr. Kosa.
Dr. Kosa, it won't be the same.
Get taken, Dr. Kosa. Or since 1937, I've been asking people, take it. Do you want to take it? Leave it? There's many players here you don't even know.
But Sasali, what do you want to do? You don't even know it.
Monna pule. Pula ya na mfethu ke o replace ka nkota. Ka se letsatsi le chabile. Monna pule.
No one's bigger than this club.
Redula reba roba di pelo. Bucks live, guys. It was a struggle to get us and fresh for this stream, but guys, I always love these streams. Has like 1 hour na. Damn it, I really enjoyed the stream, guys. Melasi vale manje abantu mele balale abantu abadala nabo mele balale. If anybody has a closing statement, they can close with a statement. Kodwa mina sengiqedile mina sengifuna Steve Barker sengifunana naye eTruecaller.
Steve Barker is watching this chat. Steve Barker, come to the big team, bro.
Come to the big team.
Come to the big team. Come to the Buccaneers. Woza. Steve Barker, I know you're watching.
Please.
Viral, ka break internet ka Steve Barker.
Yeah.
Sibala kanjani Mr. Coach, technical director?
Yeah, two things. First of all, Mapagania, if you guys are already on the road, are going to be on the road on tomorrow morning, please travel safe. Please don't drink and drive, my gents and ladies.
Get to Soweto first and then drink. Yeah.
Arrive safely at home, and everybody else, if you're not traveling on any major national route, in Fagi GPS, all roads lead to FNB Stadium on Saturday. Let's go fill it up. 90,000. What's 90,000? So let's go fill it up. Let's go secure our place in the final. Thank you, Parachuchu.
Thank you, Parachuchu. Catch us on the watch along. This time, watch along with it to defend Cam. Tanko Mapagania, Tanko Mr. Mtatus, Tanko Mr. Mafilum, Tanko Technical Director, Mr. Coach. Catch us for the watch along. And yeah, we'll see what other shows we're releasing in between. But the next most pertinent, now watch along. No, thank you everybody for watching. The preview. Last I checked, we only had 80 left. until 2,000 subscribers. Cela subscribing lapho bafethu
Asomplive.
2,000 sikwazi ukuthi siwasha long simnandi yakuthi. Danko bafethu, Bucks Chat live. Catch us again next Thursday, 9 p.m. Danko bafethu, Danko Buccaneers. Like, share, subscribe.
Cema, keep.
Pero